You see Sam and Mommy, huh? Yep. Oh, gotta go, gotta go. Good morning, everybody. And it's a beautiful morning today. Geez, look at this beautiful sunrise coming up here. It's been quiet all night. You can hear the highway over there, but the sun just came up. It's gonna be a beautiful day. There's Vulture Peak over there. Pardon my wake up hair. Just having some coffee and getting around here. This is going to be our second day here in Vulture Peak Road, I guess you'd say this, Vulture Mine. We are going to be taking a ride today up to Big Spar Mine on the Green Goblin and showing you around there and just doing some fun stuff here. Had a very quiet night. It was very quiet. Got down to about 45, so it wasn't too bad. A little chilly, but not too bad. Getting our coffee. Took the dogs for a walk. All's good. Good morning, Patch.
Why?
How are you doing? Yawn. They're all cuddled up in their blankets and they're very comfy. Look at Sam. Sam got himself all wrapped up in blankets. Okay. And he's tired too. Thanks. Right on cue. All right, guys, coming in. Just made our coffee here, so we're just getting our coffee. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Patch and Sam we adopted both of them at the same time, and that was just about 3 years ago now. When we adopted him, he was only about 5 months old, and Sam, when we adopted him, was about they guessed about 7 years old. And Sam was a rescue dog, but Patch was with the lady that we adopted him from. She had him in a litter with a bunch of that she inherited a litter of puppies, and he was in the litter. But Sam she had for a couple of years, and she couldn't get Sam adopted, partially because he was kind of stubborn, and he is. He also had issues with his eye, and we're not sure the whole story behind losing his eye. But somewhere before we got him, he lost an eye, and they had to take him in and have it surgically removed, and then the other eye has like a cataract in it. So we're not sure the whole story of what happened when he was little. But she said she was worried that when we adopted him that he wouldn't fit in, but because we got Sam and Patch at the same time, they were used to each other. Because Patch was in the same group of dogs that this lady had. And so they were kind of used to each other. So when they saw each other, they were all happy because it was like, oh, family. Worked in really well. So sit back as we take a ride out to Big Spar Mine. This is an old fluorite mine, calcium mine in this area near Wickenburg, dating back to 1945. There's a lot of old mines out here, and this is just one of them, one of the famous ones. Now the road is really not a bad road. This is part of Vulture Peak, Vulture Peak Road. It's about a 2.1 mile drive. It takes about 8 or 10 minutes depending on how fast you go. And we're still in the campsite area, and the funny thing happened in just a second I'll tell you about, because this is our second day. And I did this ride in the last video, just a short version of it, and didn't realize, and we were riding along through here, and all of a sudden Tammy yelled out, "Dave, that's our group over there," off to the left over there. And she saw the people that were standing around. She said, "That's our group. That's Dave and Bobby and Jeff and everybody." And I'm like, no way, come on, I'm saying. She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Let's go back and say hi." And I still didn't believe it. So I pulled over here and turned around, and we'll show you. Sure enough, it was. What the hell? You never know who you're going to run into out here. Exactly. Sorry, I screwed her.
When did you guys get here?
You were here probably last night.
Friday. We're camped right over there. Oh, yeah.
No way. Come over tonight.
Yeah,
right.
we will. We just have a little propane pit.
I'm like, Dave, go back. That's our group.
You're going by and said, wow, it kind of looks like the farmers.
That's awesome. And I just thought he meant it's like, yeah, it's two people on a quad. I didn't think he meant it looked like the farmers.
No,
That's our group. He goes, how do you know? I go, because I recognize David and Lori and Bobby.
I'm like, oh, come on. You gotta be kidding. And yes, we went back that evening and took our chairs and just sat around by the fire and enjoyed some company and some cocktails and had a good time. And it was so good. It's just one of those things, the old saying, it's a small world. Never expected to see them out there. And it's just funny that our paths crossed like that. But we go camping with them a lot when we go up in the mountains and stuff, but we don't really do a lot of desert camping because it's kind of hard to coordinate with everybody this time of year because everybody's busy with their work schedules and stuff. But it was just kind of funny seeing everybody out there. So we're heading up Vulture Peak Road. As you can see, Vulture Peak right off in the distance up ahead. And this isn't too bad of a road. There are a lot of dispersed campsites on both the right and the left side here, as you'll see. I showed this on the last video. But it does, when it gets up to a little twist in just a second, it does get a little bit more rugged. Now, I didn't get up this far yesterday, so this is a little bit farther up the road. And this is about where it starts to get rough, and I wouldn't come this far in my motorhome because it starts to get a little more bumpy and a little more rugged out here. But if you have a car and you've got a little bit of some ground clearance, you could do it out here on a good weather day. Yeah, but if you got a Jeep or a pickup truck, it'd be a lot better, I think. But there's actually a couple of old mines out here. There's another one called the Mammoth Mine. Big Spar Mine is the one we're going to go to. And this area of Arizona is one of the richest geological areas of the state, or actually in the southwest, as far as the mining and stuff. This part of Arizona, all the way between Prescott all the way down to Quartzsite, is a very rich area for geology and mining. There was a lot of mining back here in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. There are gold mines, silver mines, and so on, as well as mica mines and fluorite. And fluorite is used in a lot of electrical components back in the 30s and 40s, and it was very highly prized. And of course, they came out here, and there was a lot of fluorite out here, so they mined some of it. But eventually, as they mine it out, it kind of shuts down. 1945, I think it eventually shut down after around 1947, 48. But if anybody knows exactly that, put it down in the comments below. Like I said, there's a lot of old mines out here, and there are actually some open mine shafts you have to watch out for. Yeah, that's one of the things that they don't tell newcomers out here who come out here hiking and exploring, is to watch out for the open mines. They talk about rattlesnakes, Gila monsters, but there are a lot of open pit mines that are still around in this area, and you do need to watch out. Now, a lot of the older ones have been fenced over, or they put signage around them so you can see that it's there, but it's not unheard of for people to be ATVing out here in the desert and fall in a shaft or fall in some old mining hole that's out here. You just really need to be watching for that, as well as other things. Oh, and a true story, happened about 7 years ago, back in, 2018. There was a man out here, a 60-year-old man out in the desert. He was doing some exploring of gold mine shafts, and he was climbing down in one of the shafts. He kind of knew what he was doing, but he fell down 100-foot fall into an abandoned gold mine. Yeah. And luckily he had a friend that knew he was missing, so they went hunting for him, and they found him 3 days later at the bottom of a 100-foot mine shaft. And I think he actually fell maybe 40, 50 feet to the bottom, broke a leg, used wood that he found at the bottom to do a splint, and said he killed 3 rattlesnakes while he was down there to eat. To survive. Yeah, true story. October 2018, and it was out somewhere near. His name was Waddell. I had to look it up, but yeah, it was near Morristown. So you do need to watch out. Morristown Wickenburg, those areas, a lot of old mines out here. Speaking of mines, we're coming up on Big Spar Mine up here. The date I found on it was 1945, but I think it was used for several years, maybe 5 to 10 years. Fluorite, calcium, among other things. Fluorite used for electrical components. You'll see. There's still some ruins around here, although there's a bunch of junk down in there now too. You'll see on the pictures here. Big Spar Mine. All right. We are at the Big Spar Mine, which is about 2 miles southeast of the highway, the Vulture Mine Road that we're camped at. And this is an old fluorite calcium mine from 1940, 45, in that era somewhere. Oh, look at this white stuff over here. I wonder if that's like calcium, or they call them tailings. I don't know if that's part of the mine or just junk somebody threw in there, or both. Some of that rusted metal might have been from the mine. There's a little campfire ring right there, so somebody's been out here camping. I wonder what these were for. There was a little trail turnoff right up there on that's the Vulture Peak Road, and that just keeps going around. Actually, there's another trail that goes to the back side of Vulture Peak, but this is, I think, the 9060 that came back here, Trail 9060. This must have been like a building here or something years ago. I told Tammy to look around for some fluorite. We didn't bring our black light though, did we? Wouldn't help us much right now. Lots of glass. Be careful, there's a lot of broken glass. There's still more over there. Yeah, look at that. What do you suppose that is? Calcium? Oh.
That one's almost completely clear.
Looks like quartz almost mixed in there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sparkly stuff.
It's heavy.
Black.
Look how heavy it is.
The black light, yeah. The black light won't help us now, but
Nope.
have to take it back and use the black light on it tonight. We were just coming down the Vulture Peak Road, and off to the side of the road were some friends of ours. We didn't know they were out here this weekend, and their toy haulers and their razors and stuff. They're the ones that we go camping with up in the mountains during the summertime. I had no idea they were out here this weekend. It's funny. I don't know if there's any more on that side or not. It's just perfect weather to be out here today. It's like 72, a little breeze. That's going to get up to 73 or 74 today. As some of you who watch this, you probably know that a lot of this area of of Arizona, around Wickenburg, has a history of mining going way back, minerals and mines and stuff. This is, I was looking at some information that this is the richest area of minerals in the Southwest, right here in the Bradshaws, all the way from Prescott down to Quartzsite. That whole area of Arizona is rich gold, silver, and other things as well. Fluorite, mica, gypsum. Our friend was just telling us that he heard that they were going to reopen, or they're trying to reopen, the Vulture Mine to look for gold. The old Vulture Mine, somebody bought the property there, and they've been converting it to like a bed and breakfast area, wedding venue, touristy kind of little spot. But he seemed to hear that they were going to also try to look for gold. Looks like this road goes up a little farther. And that goes up there too. Fun. Alright. What about that rock?
Last night, this stuff right here was showing up bright orange. We'll have to do it at night tonight. And I found this one in the dark because this particular right here was bright purple.
That one. Oh, in the where it's
I
light
found it in the
white.
middle of the night, yep.
Huh.
And these are rocks I found in the dark.
Now,
And this one
something I was reading, it
was
says
bright
different
orange.
colors represent different minerals.
Well, let's show it tonight in the complete dark, and we'll see where it illuminates.
Okay.
Okay?
We'll leave those there for now.
Yeah.
Alright. It's also fun to go hunt for scorpions. I don't know if there's any scorpions out here or not, though.
It might be too cold for scorpions right now.
It may be. Because scorpions show up under UV lights. Tammy wants to look for crystals. But we found some friends. A couple of cows here. Sorry, guys. We're not bothering you. We're just leave you alone. Go on eating whatever you're doing. Eating the green stuff. Oh, there's some more over there. That explains all the cattle dung. Tammy said she was here a couple of years ago and found some crystals in the little dry riverbed here. There's a tent over there too. Wow, there's more cattle. Oh, there's one with horns. I'll stay away from him. I have no idea if that's quartz or what it is. Weird how it's got these little veins going through it. Wow, I bet this really runs when it rains. We have visitors. I don't know if you can see them. They're right there, right in there. There's one over there heading towards this other fifth wheel, and then there's one here between the two of us. Oh, I hear another one. Oh, they're talking to each other. day. Look at the sunset. Well, we're just wrapping it up. Gonna fix some dinner and relax a little bit. Hope you enjoyed this video of the Big Spar Mine and some other stuff that we did today. Just having fun. A beautiful sky. Yeah, moo. I guess he had a good day too. Safe travels. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you. And thanks to all the people who've been watching. Appreciate your support. Wishing everybody a great year. Have a great day. Bye.